That fame shattered on a June afternoon in Montana. The 1876 Battle of the Little Bighorn was a total collapse of the Custer name. President Ulysses S. Grant didn't wait for an inquiry to cast blame. He publicly condemned Custer, telling the press the massacre was brought on by Custer's own imprudence. The stakes were absolute. If the president's narrative held, George Custer would go down in history as a reckless failure who had disobeyed orders and led his men to their deaths. Libbie launched an immediate counterstrike. She bypassed the formal military channels and went straight to the source of public opinion, leveraging George's high-level contacts at the Associated Press to ensure her version of the story reached the public first. She understood that after a disaster, the first story to reach the telegraph wires becomes the historical record. To protect that record, she utilized a weapon the Army couldn't fight: the rigid social code of Victorian mourning. By presenting herself as the grieving, stoic widow, she made any criticism of George feel like an attack on her. In the 1870s, publicly disparaging a dead man while his widow was in the room was a social transgression few were willing to commit. This created a vacuum of accountability. Powerful generals like Philip Sheridan and Alfred Terry, who had plenty of reasons to criticize Custer's tactics, largely held their tongues to avoid the public backlash of bullying a widow. While the military was effectively silenced, Libbie worked with author Frederick Whitaker to rush a biography into print. It depicted George as a martyred hero, arriving in bookstores before the official Army reports could even be finalized. Libbie found a way to use her grief as a shield, ensuring the military's evidence remained buried under her mourning veil. Libbie knew that to win the long-term argument, she didn't just have to win the first round.